Alright, so today it's November Raves and Rejects. This is where I talk about my favorite and least favorite products of the last 2 months. I'm doing these every other month now because I feel like I need the time to fully test them before I want to include them in a favorites video. I'd rather just do it every other month so that you guys know the products that I'm talking about are legit favorites that I've thoroughly tested. So I have a giant ass basket here. So let's just get into it. I do have one little quick announcement. New holiday t-shirt design just launched. I'm gonna have it linked down below, but it says jolly as heck, super cute, black long sleeve. It is unisex sizing, so I'm a size small in this one. It is limited edition just for the holiday season, and there's only a certain quantity available. We're not gonna be restocking. So once it's sold out, it is sold out. It is live right now, so I'm gonna link that down below in the description box if you wanna pick one up. All right, let's get into Raves and Rejects. If you're excited for this video and you enjoy while you're watching, you can give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. You guys, this is gonna be a video. I have so many products here to talk about. Okay, let's start out with the concealer that I'm wearing right now. It's the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate. I wear the shade C2. This one is full coverage, it's creamy, it's moisturizing, it blends out beautifully. Literally have no complaints with this. I don't feel like I get horrible creasing because it does dry down a little bit. It's not too creamy to where it creases a ton, but it still feels super moisturizing. You can get this on Ulta, it's super affordable, Drugstore. I did a recent Foundation Friday on the Conceal and Hydrate foundation as well if you want to know my thoughts on this one, but I am still testing this. I'm gonna be having a foundation update video come in probably in the next month or two. The other really popular Makeup Revolution concealer that was supposed to be like the Shape Tape kind of dupe, that one did not work for me at all. I felt like it had no coverage. It looked super dry and patchy and just gross. This one is absolutely beautiful. All right, so next up is the highlight that I'm wearing right now, and I actually found this through the Ulta makeover video. I've been doing a makeover series on my channel where I go into different stores and have them do a makeover. I am basically lining up a trip to New York to film 5 in a row because we don't have a lot of makeup counters in Seattle that I can film at. Lots of makeover videos coming, but in that video I discovered this highlight through the makeup artist. It's the Lancome Sparkling Pesh. Look at this thing. In that video you can see what it looks like in natural lighting and in the Ulta lighting as well, but I am wearing it right now, and my lighting right now I would say is the most accurate I can get it to real life. I don't have the lights facing me, so you're not going to see the, intensity that maybe you see in my old videos because light bounces off the highlight, and makes it look even more intense. But this is pretty true to what my makeup looks like in real life. I don't have any filters on. I don't have the lights blurring everything out. But when you're in the sunlight with this one, it is next level. This shade is borderline almost too dark for me. I think if you're any lighter than I am, this shade probably wouldn't work. I think if you're maybe half a shade to a shade darker than I am, this would probably look absolutely stunning because it's almost a little bit too dark on me. But I do like it for just more of a peachy kind of highlight. It is so soft and intense without being glittery. It's also super pretty as eyeshadow. Look at that, you guys. So you can see compared to my skin tone, it's definitely a little bit dark, but it can still work when I blend it in really well. If you saw my Foundation Friday video on this foundation, this is probably no shocker to you, but the Kokie Full Coverage Foundation, I'm wearing the shade 10W today. I can kind of use either 10C or 10W. I feel like 10W is a little bit of a better match for me. It's a tiny bit darker. Watch that review video if you want to know my full thoughts, but this is just one of the best drugstore matte full coverage foundations I've ever found. It wears beautifully, it mixes beautifully. It reminds me a little bit of the L'Oreal Fresh Wear, just with more coverage. One of you guys tweeted me, why does tweeted sound so weird right now? Tweeted, yeah, tweeted. Twitter. The photo that you found this at, I think Rite Aid for $3 or something. So I'm hoping that they're not discontinuing this, but you can get really good deals on this. I think you can order it on their website as well, but it is available at Rite Aid, and I need to stock up on this in case they do discontinue it. Kokie, please do not. The blush I've been reaching for almost every day for the last, I want to say couple months, and you guys have seen this in tons of videos, is the Frisky Business blush by ColourPop. This is just the perfect, basic, natural, peachy blush. If you're around my skin tone, I'm wearing it right now. It's very basic, and it's my go-to blush if I just need to throw on a blush and I don't want to think about it, and I want it to go with literally any kind of look. Blends out beautifully. I like that the packaging is really just small and compact, so it's easy to travel with, and it doesn't have a peach scent if you're wondering. It's not fragranced. Another thing you guys have heard me talk about a ton the last few months, I want to say, this guy, the e.l.f. New Classics palette. It's what I'm wearing on my eyes right now. All of my eyeshadows are from this palette. I've done a fall matte look, a purpley kind of look using some of the shades in here. I've worn this in, I want to say 5 or 6 videos at this point probably. The reason why I love this and that this palette kind of stands out to me is that these shadows are just super wearable. I would say for like the average person who maybe you like to put on a little shadow every day, but you don't want something that's like super metallic and crazy, and you like your neutral shades too. They blend so beautifully. They're pigmented, they're soft, and the metallic shades are just very natural. Like right now I'm wearing Cosmo on my lid, and as you can see, it has that like nice sheen to it, but it's not like a blaring metallic, you couldn't wear it to work kind of shadow. And then on an everyday basis, when I just want a matte look, I just go in with these 3 shades. I love putting cream on my lid. It's like the perfect just matte light cream shade for me. These 2 shades right here and then the green are like the only shadows that I don't really find myself reaching for, but everything else in here, beautiful. All right, next up is a new deodorant discovery. If you guys have followed the deodorant saga, I mostly talk about it in my empties videos because I always have this as an empty. Old Spice Amber was discontinued. That was like my go-to scent. One of you guys messaged me saying I need to try this scent, and you guys, you need to go to the store and smell this scent. This is the Old Spice new Wilderness with lavender scent. This smells exactly like 100% to a T, smells exactly like DKNY apple perfume. I don't think this smells like a manly, whatever that means, masculine kind of scent. It smells super feminine to me. It smells exactly like that perfume. And the thing I love about this is that it works just as well as the amber for me, but it also lingers. Like the scent, you almost don't need perfume with this because you can smell it even on like after you take off your shirt or whatever, like at the end of the night, you can still smell the deodorant on your shirt, which like I'm totally fine with. I would way rather have it smell like that than other things. Seriously, go to the drugstore, smell this, you won't be mad. They also came out with I think it's called like moss scent, mint and moss or something. That one smells really good too. But this has been my new go-to, and I love that it smells like that perfume because that is one of my favorite perfumes of all time. Also, this scent just makes me think of like freshman year of college because I used to always wear DKNY apple every time we went out in college. If you've been on the hunt for a good lower lash mascara that doesn't transfer down and that just gives you the really long like black lower lashes, I've been really loving this mascara. This is the MAC Extended Play Gigablack Lash. Wow, I literally think that's the first time I've ever said that on the first try. I also discovered this in the MAC Makeover series video. You get like a free, I think it's a free mascara after you get a makeover or something because you pay like $60 for the appointment and then you get a free mascara or something. So I just wanted to try a new lower lash mascara because my favorite one was discontinued by Wet n Wild, but this one is pretty dang good. Like, I think it might even be better than the Wet n Wild one. Here's what the wand looks like. So you have just stiff, tiny bristles that makes it easy to get in your lower lashes. Love that this is super black, but it dries down fast, so you're not going to get like the transferring onto your concealer. And I feel like I will repurchase this when I use this one up because I really like it. It's really good for the lower lashes. Next up is another highlight that I actually rediscovered this month. I wasn't sure if they still even made this because it is like a few years old at this point, but they do. It still exists. You can get it on Ulta. It's the Pur Cosmetics Afterglow Highlight. I actually think I still have an active coupon code with Pur, so I think if you get it on their website, you can get maybe like 10% off or something. If it's active, I'll put it down below. I need to double check. But the Afterglow Highlight is freaking stunning. I've always loved this. This last month I just went through my collection. I wanted to like reach for some old products again. And this is the softest, most buttery, intense highlight. Let me swatch it next to the Lancome because you can see the shade difference. It is a bit lighter, so if the Lancome one you think would be a little bit too dark, then go with the Pur one. But the formulas are actually very similar. They both are super soft and buttery, but not glittery. If you have more textured skin, this one sits on the face so beautifully. So there's the Pur one, and then next to it right there is the Lancome one. And I've just been wanting to put this on my face every single day, no matter what look I'm going for, because you can make it look more natural and just soft, or you can really build it up and get like an intense highlight. I'm gonna add a little bit on just so you guys can see. Oh my god, it's so freaking pretty. Look at that. So beautiful. Is that a little nose highlight too? Personally, I feel like this is a totally underrated highlight. It is one of the more soft, beautiful formulas I've ever come across. This is gonna be a long video because I actually have so many favorites because like I said, these are from the last couple months. So I'm not just like throwing these products in. These are really things that I feel like I need to tell you about all of them, but I know this is going to be a long video. Let's get into this. This is what I've been using every single day in the morning for my moisturizer and my SPF. It is the Kate Somerville Daily Deflector Moisturizer SPF 50. This is such a beautiful formula and it doesn't break me out. I feel like it actually has been like helping my skin texture. It kind of reminds me of the Paula's Choice SPF that I've talked about in a past Raves and Rejects video, how just like soft and glowy and satiny it feels. But this one is a little bit more lightweight. If you have dry skin, I think you would love this. It doesn't give a white cast at all. I've been wanting to reach for this over my La Roche-Posay, which is huge because you guys know that one's like my top. My top 3 SPFs are the La Roche-Posay, CeraVe Hydrating, and the Paula's Choice. But this guy is inching up to number 1. It sits on the skin so beautifully under makeup, and I love how glowy and like satiny and soft it feels, but still feels very hydrating. I wanted to quickly talk about 3 brushes that I feel like have changed the game for me. This first one is by Milani. It's their powder bronzer brush. I've been talking about this for a few months now. I really fell in love with this when I was in Vegas with Mallory and Keegan because I packed this kind of as like a powder brush and a bronzer brush in one. Look at that, what it's actually called, powder bronzer. I do like this for powder, but I friggin' love it for bronzer. It gives the most beautiful, just like airbrushed, soft bronze kind of look. It is so soft and it's dense. That's like my one thing with brushes. I love when they're more on the dense side because for me, it just applies my makeup so much better. But this one is so soft and you just get such a flawless kind of bronze look with this. It's from the drugstore. And then 2 eyeshadow brushes from Sigma. One of these is new. I think this one launched within like the last 4 months or so and I've been using it ever since. But this is the Sigma E25 blending brush. The reason why I like this one is that it's a blending brush, but it's still precise enough where if I'm using a dark shade like a dark brown, I can get it exactly where I want it. And then this one is the Sigma E35 tapered blending. I go in with this as like a second step after my first blending brush. I always use this brush. This is the Morphe M511. This is what I use to start with every single time you guys see me do my shadow. Then I'll go in with the Sigma E35 to just deepen it up and get it a little bit more precise. And then this is like the dark color brush, you know. The quality of Sigma brushes is not comparable to anything. I've had some of my Sigma brushes for going on, I want to say like 9 years now, since freshman year of college. A cleansing balm that I discovered through Mallory, she brought it here when she stayed with me and I used it and it is incredible, is the Good Molecules Instant Cleansing Balm. This is, I want to say it's like between 10 and 15 bucks, super affordable, and it is amazing. I wish I discovered this before I did the cleansing balm review video because this would have been definitely like one of the top. It has just like a really soft baby powder kind of fragrance, so it's not overpowering, and it just works incredible. It takes off literally everything. If you have like lash glue, liquid liner that's waterproof, mascara, whatever, it takes off everything and it is incredible for the price if you need a good cleansing balm. I'm pretty sure you can get this Good Molecules one on Beautylish, I think, but I'll link it down below. A skincare product that is definitely not cheap at all, but is incredible, and I've noticed such a difference with my skin, is the Erno Laszlo Furmarine Night Cream. I don't think I've really tried anything from this brand. They sent over a PR package a while back now, maybe like 3 or 4 months ago. This product, out of all the things I've tried, is definitely my favorite, and if you are down to splurge on skincare and you need a good night cream, there's something so magical about this cream and what it does for the texture on my skin. It makes everything look so much more smooth, so much softer. My foundation has been applying better on top of my skin because it's not as textured. It looks kind of like a gel in here, but it is more of a thick formula, which I love. I love when I can feel like a thick night cream on my face. The scent kind of reminds me of toothpaste, so I don't think the scent's gonna be for everyone, but I weirdly like it. It's kind of like if you mix a spa with toothpaste, that's what it smells like. But I'm down for it, okay? This ain't cheap. It retails for $120 on Nordstrom, but it has almost 5-star reviews, and on Overstock they have it actually for $64, so I don't know if those are like expired or what, but you might be able to find it cheaper. Would I repurchase this since it was sent in PR? I think I would. Like, I think I would splurge on this even though it is so expensive. I've just noticed such a difference with my skin that for me, I think it's worth it. I'm reading some of the reviews online and a lot of people are saying this is like a miracle cream, and that is honestly like the best way I could describe it. I think this is the most difference I've ever noticed in a moisturizer. My go-to perfume now that we're getting into the colder, wintry kind of months again is the Elizabeth & James Nirvana Black perfume. Also love the Black Candle dry shampoo. I love the entire Elizabeth & James Nirvana line. This one to me is just the perfect winter scent because it's like musky and sexy and kind of dark and smells like winter but still a little bit sweet. I'm all about amber, dark kind of musky scents. So if you also are, then definitely head into Sephora and check this out and see if you like it. I have 2 more raves here and then we're heading into into the rejects, but this one is from Amazon. I have talked about this, or you guys have seen it in many videos lately. This is just a little handheld fan. You can take it off the stand, and then this just charges, so you just recharge it using a USB. This is incredible for drying your setting spray. Like after I put on my setting spray after foundation, I turn on the fan, I just hold it there for like 15 to 30 seconds and my face is completely dry. It feels so refreshing. This is great, you guys. You don't have to sit there with a fan in yourself. Okay, and then my last rave is this mask, which totally shocked me. This is by Fresh. It's their Black Tea Instant Perfecting Mask. It says soothes and immediately softens the skin. I don't think I've ever tried a mask quite like this. You only leave it on for 5 to 10 minutes and it has this really, really unique formula. I've used about half of this so far. I really have no idea how to describe the formula of this. It's so unique. It almost feels like you're putting like a silicone primer on your skin. It has that like really silicone-y feel, but just with like a little bit more of a gel feel to it so that you can spread it on your face and get like a nice even layer. The first time I used this, I was thinking like, okay, there's no way in 5 to 10 minutes this is gonna actually do something. You guys, I don't know what the heck is in here. It does things, many things in 5 to 10 minutes. It does just make my face feel so plump and soft. It's one of the few kind of quick face masks that I feel like actually does something and you can notice a difference. I really love Fresh. I feel like they have good ingredients. I love their cleansing oil. They make some bomb skincare, so I'm not like super shocked by this, but it actually does do something for my skin at least. The scent is very herbal. Like it doesn't smell good, but I'm fine with that if the ingredients work, which they do. All right, let's move on to the shitty products of the month, the rejects. These are rejects again from the last couple months. So I do have quite a few here. So we're just gonna crank through these. The first reject is this Nivea Foaming Silk Mousse Body Wash. I don't know what came over me. I was in Bartell's picking up a prescription and just saw this and thought it was interesting sounding and I needed a new body wash. This drives me freaking insane. First of all, the packaging is horrible. Once you get like halfway, I think I have half of this left at this point or maybe even less because I was just trying to use it up. Once you get halfway where it's not coming out at the top, if you don't shake it super well and then have it at this like specific angle, it makes the most cringy, screechy shaving cream sound where it doesn't come out and you get that really gross sound. It drives me insane. Like the packaging on this is horrible. Packaging aside though, this body wash literally does nothing. It's basically super foamy. Like it looks like shaving cream and that's the only way I would use this now is for shaving cream. Like that's how I'm just going to use it up. But even for shaving cream, it makes my skin feel more dry than moisturized. As far as body wash, this literally does nothing. Like you could put this underneath your arms, on your body. It doesn't remove the deodorant under your arms. It doesn't feel like it's actually cleaning you. It's just pretty awful. Wouldn't recommend getting this for multiple reasons. Just pass, avoid it, run away. Next up is this Fenty Beauty brush. I was really excited to try this because I feel like I've heard good things about this and I don't know, something about this brush, it makes my foundation so streaky. It's their 115 foundation brush. It's just really hard to blend out. It's almost like too stiff. And then mine has a couple not soft hairs in it. It just does not blend. It makes things so streaky. I just don't think this one is worth spending the money on. Very beautiful though. Recently I did a video testing the worst rated products on Ulta. So I'm gonna link that video in the eye and down below. But this highlight, I feel pretty confident in saying that this is officially the worst highlight I have ever tried. This is the Tarte Sugar Rush Whipped Gleam Highlighter. So this is a cream highlight. Check out that video if you missed it. It's basically like a jelly cream highlight that is glue, literal glue. It dries immediately when you put it on your skin. You cannot blend it out. It's just literally impossible to work with and impossible to make look good. Because I have it here and it was 19 bucks, not super cheap, and I have a giant thing of it. I have been using it on my inner corner. I'm actually wearing it on my inner corner right now and I do like it there. It's fine on the inner corner because you can put it on a brush and just tap it on and you don't need to like blend. But if you need to be moving this product around at all, whether it's on your face, your eyes, whatever, whew, it is rough. So I'm basically just using this on my inner corner since I have it. Would I recommend you buy this 100,000,000,000%? No, it is god awful. I'm kind of sad that I didn't like this one because Summer Fridays masks for me are pretty hit or miss. The blue one, the jet lag mask, the original one, I really didn't like. That one breaks me out and I feel like it does literally nothing. But then their orange one, which is like the exfoliating one, I'll link it down below because I do really like that one. That one I noticed amazing things with. I'm pretty sure it's been in a past Raves and Rejects video. But this is their R&R mask and I was so excited to try this because I love the orange one so much, but this one just really didn't work for me. It is super gloopy. It's like a gel, not even gel. It's just like, it feels like you're putting literal sticky jelly on your face. It doesn't rinse off, so you have to like use a face wash after you rinse off the mask, and then I feel like it's kind of defeating the purpose. I feel like this did literally nothing for my skin. It smells like rose, which I'm also not the biggest fan of, but the scent aside, I just feel like this one really did nothing, and I really didn't like how just gloopy it felt on my skin. So I would pass on this one. If you want to try a Summer Fridays mask, definitely get the orange bottle one. That one's amazing. So this is the Real Techniques, I think it's called the Face and Body Sponge. Let me just show you compared to my normal sponge. This guy is massive, like whoa, massive. I know Casey Holmes loves this and she can use like the big sponges, and I'm like, more power to you if you can use this thing on your face. For me, I don't know if it's just the size of my face or what, but I cannot blend anything out for the life of me with this, especially when it gets wet. It's even bigger. So I just find that I have like no control with this. I can't blend out around my nose area or any of the smaller areas on my face. I have to go in with something after to blend out what the sponge couldn't blend out. So for me, this just really doesn't work, but maybe it would be good if you were using it for like body makeup or something. I have a Dermablend and a KKW body makeup that I've been wanting to test, so maybe I'll try it with that, but for my face, this is just a hard pass. So this is another product in the Ulta video that was a total fail. This is the Makeup Revolution Micro Brow Pen in the shade dark brown, air quotes, because let me just show you this shade, folks. It is straight up orange. I'm so confused how this is even remotely called dark brown. That one was where I just pressed really hard. I got like a ton of product out. But when you're actually applying this to your brow, here's like the kind of color that it is. Not only is the color totally off, but the applicator on here, you have these weird little like comb things that are too flimsy, so you just can't get a thin line. It just looks like a massive like Sharpie stroke on your brow. So all around pass on this one. I think this was just like executed very poorly. Look, when you try and rub it off, it literally has like an orange red undertone. It's very bizarre. Can't even get that off my hands. Looks like I just got scratched by a cat. And then last reject of the month is the Rimmel Radiance Brick Multi-Tonal Shimmering Powder. You guys, this is horrible. Not only the shade, but it is so patchy, like horrible. When you try and blend this out on your face, you cannot blend this. Initially, I liked the idea of this because I was like, ooh, this could be a pretty like satiny kind of bronzer, but it just is so patchy and not workable. So pass on that one. Okay, wow. That was a lot. I need some caffeine. Pretty sure everything on my face, I mentioned what I was wearing besides the lashes. Lashes are the Kiss Tool Lashes. And for lips, I have on this Ardell one. This is in the shade Kinky Nude. Love this shade. I've been wearing this one a ton too for just like an everyday kind of nude. It kind of like dies down as you have it on your lips, but when you first apply it, it's pretty glossy. But those were all of my raves and rejects. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. Again, I'll have the limited edition holiday shirt linked down below in the description box. I'm going to be wearing mine. You guys will see it on Instagram when I get it in. Also, another little quick announcement while we are here. I've had all my other videos like pre-filmed. I haven't been able to say it to you guys until now, but I did start a Seattle Food Instagram account. It's Seattle Foodscapades. Thank you so much to all of you guys who are supporting and following over there. There were like 7,000 followers within the first day of launching, which just totally blew my mind. I thought like maybe 5 of you were gonna follow, so I just really appreciate it, and I'm happy you guys are as excited about food as I am. But I'm sharing just top restaurants, reviews, hidden gems, all the spots you need to check out in Seattle, whether you live here or you're visiting. I will have everything I talked about today linked down below in the description box. Also, new rings that I've been getting questions about. These two are Ana Luisa. I always get questions about this ring. This one was my grandma's. Oh my god, the Cyber product. These ones are also Ana Luisa. I love these earrings. So unique. Like, let me just show you these. They actually are like a little ball thing that just like clasps together. I've never seen earrings quite like this, but I love how tight they hug your ears. Like, how cute are those? Nail polish, everything, always down below in the description box. But I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye. Wow, I feel like I have to hiccup or burp or something. There it is.